Hi, welcome to the Reiki Meditation. I'm going to start by playing some of my tang drum until 2 o'clock. I hope that there won't be any problem with the signal as the past sessions have been crashing, but I should have worked that out now. It should be working fine. So fingers crossed, it's all going to be okay for today. Okay, so you can make yourself comfortable in the meantime. Find a position that makes you feel comfortable. Although knowing you can change postures anytime during the session, of course. Okay, so today, hi Magali, a message on the live chat. Um, so today we're going to do a session on guilt and forgiveness. We're going to be working on this through meditation practice. So just to remind you, please make sure that you are comfortable at all times during this session. This is for your health and for your well-being. And so it's important at all times that you have most benefits of each activity. If you find that you are in a posture for some time and after a while your body starts aching, please feel free to shift and move and reposition yourself so that you can be more comfortable. Also, you can have breaks and take sips of water between certain activities. Some of them I do as a block, one after the other without a break, but there's normally a couple of breaks in between, well, actually, one break in activities. So today, as I said, it's about guilt and forgiveness. So we're going to be connecting with whatever it is that we feel guilty about, and we're going to be releasing the guilt and bringing in forgiveness to ourselves. Whatever happened in the past no longer exists. The only places where it exists, it's in your mind and possibly other people's minds if you share an experience with someone else. Otherwise, the event itself has no trace of existing ever again, ever anymore, and not anymore, rather. And so that means that the burdens that we carry on our shoulders, the stress and the traumas that we carry based on those past events, are actually not real anymore. They are lingering around, but they are not real. And they are relating to that event, but that event is gone. And whatever happened at that event that may have hurt you or may have hurt other people, that you may carry guilt about, or that you may feel hard to forgive yourself for, those events, they are irrelevant now. And still we carry the burden of the guilt, and still we carry the burden of knowing we've done something wrong or thinking that we have done something wrong. And all this comes from judging ourselves originally. But we judge ourselves also a lot of the time, and I know that's going to be a bit maybe controversial for some people, but um, we actually, I believe, judge ourselves on concepts that are based on wrong information a lot of the time, based on other people's experience, based on how we were brought up, based on how society functions. We've learned to judge, we've learned to measure what is right, what is wrong, how much am I doing of this, how well am I doing with this. All these things we've actually measured, and darn, it's telling me that the connection is unstable. I am so sorry. I knew I had fixed this problem. We're going to see, hopefully, it won't crash today. If it crashes, I will try to restart a stream. And so just look back on my channel to find another stream with today's date. But otherwise, hopefully, it will hold in spite of the message coming up. And I'm going to have to then try and sort out the problem again. I really apologize for this. But so in the meantime, going back to guilt and forgiveness, those concepts that we learned as children, those concepts that we learned through other people, through modeling from other people, or rather, yeah, observing from other people, and through our own experiences, which we concluded things from, and then deducted that we need to judge this or judge that. Actually, a lot of them are erroneous. They are actually a lot of them wrong. And based on those judgments, we judge ourselves and we judge others. And that is when we start piling on the guilt. And so today we're going to be letting go of the guilt, and we're going to bring in forgiveness. Okay, so just one last reminder, if at any time you feel uncomfortable during any of the activities that we do, because possibly it's going too deep for you today, I doubt it, but if it does, then you can sit it out. You can take a break from the activity and you can join the next one. Or you can do your own version of the activity that would feel better for you and more comfortable for you. Look out for signs like headache, lightheadedness, dizziness also. Those are signs that maybe you need to take a break from what we are doing. Okay, so we are going to start with the gratitude and an intent for the healing. So when you are ready, you can close your eyes and take a deep breath to begin. And then in your mind, formulating one or many gratitudes, things that you feel grateful for that happened in your week. And as these sessions are infused with Reiki healing, you can also put in an intent for the Reiki healing to heal you in any way that you wish. And so I am going to go silent now, and you can formulate this in your mind. Okay, and now we are going to move on to our next activity, which is a focus on the breath, as we always do every day, every session rather. So you can keep your eyes closed, or if they are open, you can shut them again. And then taking a deep breath to transition. We are now just going to simply focus on our breath. And we're going to switch off every other thought in our mind. Letting go little by little every single thought, one by one. That's it, switching off your thoughts one by little, so that all that is in your mind is your breath. Little by little, that's it, clearing out every thought and bringing your whole mind to your breath. Discovering your breath again today as if you had never seen it before. Noticing every detail of it, bringing your whole attention to it. And yes, it is very much the same breath as last week. I mean, we do change over the days, but what matters is not so much to work out how your breath is, but more to bring your whole focus on the one thing. Noticing every detail of it, noticing how it flows, noticing how it feels when it flows, noticing the part of your body, the parts of your body that allow for the flow. Noticing the movement of your body as it expands on an inhale and retracts on an exhale. Noticing the abdomen expanding and contracting, the chest rising and falling, the shoulders lifting and going back down. Checking in your body where you may feel your breath. Some people can feel it all the way down to the feet. Feeling the movement of the breath all the way down to the feet. You might even notice your head moving. And then gently bringing your attention to your nose and your nostril area. And noticing the sensations there as the air passes through. And then when you notice that your head has wandered off, that your mind rather has wandered off with other thoughts, as you notice, simply bring your mind back to the meditation. As gently as it went, simply bringing it back and letting go of the thoughts that carried your mind away rather. And then bringing your attention to your nose and the air passing through there. And then noticing the air as it passes through at the back of your throat. Noticing there every area where you may feel and how it feels also. Noticing as the air passes through your windpipes as well. And as it goes into your lungs. And on an exhale, leaves your lungs. Pay attention to see if you can feel any sensations there. And now we are going to start to work on the guilt and the forgiveness already using our breath. And so on. Well, first of all, if I say forgiveness to you, thinking about what that feels like. The word forgive. If you forgive yourself, or if someone forgives you, or if you forgive someone, what does that feel like to you? How does that express itself within yourself in terms of the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, and quite possibly also body sensations? Don't worry if you don't find any direct answer, because this is a complicated and complex question. But that just gets you to think a little bit about it, at least. And so now, on an inhale, bringing with the air into your system forgiveness, the beauty of the kindness and love, knowing that you are worth, every little bit of you is worth everything to the world, no matter what it is that you may have done. And knowing that in the great scheme of things, it doesn't matter what happened. Forgiveness. The understanding that society, the world, life, the universe understands and values and sees the amazingness of you, the beauty of your person, in spite of what happened. And forgetting that whatever happened, happened, and alleviating the bad feeling that is associated with what you think may have happened or what you've experienced and feel guilty about. And on an exhale, letting go of guilt, letting it go, thinking just for a moment of what guilt feels like inside of you, and letting it go on every exhale. So just for a couple of minutes, on an inhale, bringing forgiveness, love, kindness, beauty, softness, and on every exhale, letting go of guilt, letting go of the physical sensations of guilt, letting go of the thoughts of guilt for any and everything. And again, you can let go of everything at the same time, or you can let go little by little, it doesn't matter. Even just to work on the one thing and to start letting go of it will make such a big difference. And as you are letting go of guilt, you can already start to feel more and more relaxed, your whole system settling down into softness and kindness after feeling tensed, after feeling raw all this time. It is not uncommon with this kind of activity to find emotions coming through, and that's okay. You can just let them happen if it happens, and just let them release. That is part of the process. And so on an inhale, bringing in forgiveness, and on an exhale, letting go of guilt. Now, in a moment, we are going to continue with this. But for now, I'm going to ask you to again turn within and to ask yourself, what does forgiveness feel like to you? What does it mean to you? And also, what does guilt mean and feel to you? And now we're going to work with the affirmation, I forgive myself for, and then you fill in the blanks. It can be relating to an event, it can be relating to a person, to a relationship, to work, any kind of guilt you may feel. I forgive myself for. And as you say these words, being very aware that as you say these words, your guilt can simply vaporize, disappear off of your system, fly off, float away from you, whichever way that you want to see it, melt away from your system and disappearing below you, whichever way works for you. I forgive myself for. I'm releasing the guilt and welcoming the sweet, soft, cozy, and warm feeling of forgiveness to you. And the guilt also can go to things we may feel that we have done to ourselves, not just other people. So forgiveness can also be about forgiving ourselves for something we've done or not done for ourselves. If there is something that you are feeling guilty about and that you want to forgive yourself for, and you've been using the affirmation, and at the moment it is still quite strong, you can still feel it quite strongly, stick to that for now and let it little by little dilute and little by little get lighter. If you have used one thing, there's one element of your life that you've forgiven yourself for now with the affirmation, and you feel that it is now done and well into much better balance, then you can use the same affirmation again for a different thing. I forgive myself for. We judge ourselves so harshly all the time. I forgive myself for. And now, to finish this process with this one activity, we're going to use a different affirmation, and it can be quite challenging, even just saying to ourselves these words. And so I'm going to invite you now to not put too much thinking into it and simply just to repeat these words to yourself for a while. And then to try and really start to connect deeper and deeper the more you say it. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. One last time. I love myself. Be kind to yourself. Be loving to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. You have done so much better with life than you think. And so we're going now to transition, and you can keep your eyes shut. We're going to transition to the next activity, which is an autumn-based activity of letting go. We are the second day into the autumn season, I believe. And so I'm going to invite you now to go with your mind to a field with trees. These trees having all the lovely colors of leaves of the autumn spectrum. Yellow, orange, red, brown, some green ones too. And simply to just walk in that field for now and enjoy the warm sun above you. A different kind of sun. It's not a summer sun, it's not a winter sun. It feels heavier than a winter sun, and at the same time not as hot. You know that the days are getting shorter, and yet it feels so good being out there in that field with this lovely, soft and gentle sun shining above you, and all those bright colors coming at you from the trees around you. And you can capture that moment within yourself, experiencing it through every one of your senses. It is this lovely moment of change of season, showing a beautiful cycle going through its motions. Celebrating with all its vibrant colors the beauty of the earth. Vibrant colors the beauty of the earth. And as you walk there, you can get closer to these trees and noticing the leaves falling one by one, little by little. almost silently, ever so softly. Occasionally, one leaf starts to sway down the air towards the ground and gently lands by the side of the tree. And so now you can either sit or stand by one tree, feeling as if you were that tree, really connecting deeply with that tree. And then for every leaf that drops down and disappears to the ground, you can let go of anything that you may feel guilty about. Putting it on a leaf and watching the leaf go, knowing that that guilt is moving away from your system and disappearing as the leaf goes. Little by little, one leaf at a time, letting go of guilt, letting go of everything that you feel guilty about. And it doesn't matter whether you should feel guilty or not. It doesn't matter what happened. What we want now is to let go of that past that no longer exists so that we can feel freer, lighter, happier without all this burden of guilt that we put on ourselves. And so you may continue putting guilty events, guilty feelings, guilty sensations, guilty thoughts on the leaves and watching them go. And carrying on, bringing the guilt out onto those leaves. You can even see them leaving your system, going onto the leaf, and then moving away, dropping down from the tree. Keeping on putting your guilt thoughts, guilt feelings, guilt sensations onto the leaves, and little by little watching those leaves fall gently and disappear. And now a gentle breeze is rising, and you can start to feel it on yourself. And we are now going to continue, or rather to start, the work we're going to do with the mudra after. With this breeze, we're going to let this breeze cleanse us. We're going to let this breeze come, blow through the leaves and send them off to disappear and never come back. All these leaves that fell, if there are any left on the ground that are filled with your guilt, just watching the wind, that breeze come through and wash all of these leaves away. And also coming through to you, and you can actually feel it on your skin, on your face, on your arms, on your clothes, coming through and cleansing you, removing all negative thoughts, all negative feelings from you. Okay, when you're ready, you can bring your mind back to the space where you are, taking a deep breath to finish. And then taking your time and opening your eyes. I am going to show you the mudra we are going to do today. It is called the Shippana Mudra, and it is about cleansing all the negativity from the body, the mind, and the spirit, and renewing positive energy through. So, I got a message. Ah, I am so glad. Okay. I will deal with the message at the end, but I'm glad that there was a message because that means the meditation has actually gone through. Good. Okay. So, the mudra. We start, so we will do it at the heart level. We start in Anjali Mudra, their hands together like this. Yeah. But instead of keeping them like this, what we're going to do, we're going to be crossing all our fingers except the index fingers that we will keep pointing upwards. Now, there is a specific way that we need to do this. And if you notice, now because of the screen, I hope you will see it the right way around. But this is my left hand, and that is my right hand. And so basically, the left hand is on top of the right hand. And by on top, what I mean is the left hand's fingers, left hand's thumb, is the one that's the closest to you, overlapping the right hand thumb. So that when you're crossing, you do it this way with the right hand, with the left hand. Oops, sorry. This is getting complicated. The left hand is in front, is first, and comes the right hand after in terms of the order in which the fingers are, if that makes sense. I hope it does. But so it's this way, and then bringing the index fingers up, so that they are facing upwards towards the sky. And the left thumb is on top of the right thumb, and just adding a little bit of pressure, but not too much, on the right thumb. And then after this, you have got the left middle finger and then the right middle finger. So we start again, Anjali Mudra, and then crossing everything so that the left hand is first and over the right hand, and then bringing the index fingers up so that we are pointing our fingers like this, and then bringing the mudra to our heart center as much as possible. When we do that, our arms are slightly away from our body. See this, not stuck like this, slightly away from the body, and my forearms are actually parallel to the floor. You also can do the same when you're lying down. Okay, you can actually do this posture, this mudra, as you are lying down. And so, one last time, we start with Anjali Mudra. We cross our fingers over so that the left hand is before the right, and then we bring the index fingers up. And then we bring the whole thing down to our heart center. And now you can close your eyes, making sure that your palms are together, and closing your eyes and relaxing there. Making sure your shoulders are down, that they have not gone up to your ears. And feeling the sensations, listening for those sensations. At your hands, at your arms, your whole body, at your mind. You may feel any kind of sensations and at any level of your being. Or you may not feel anything. That is also quite typical of a lot of people. And that's completely fine. With your eyes closed, occasionally take a check through to how your hand is holding and making sure your hands are holding rather, and making sure that everything is in the right place still, just by the feeling of it. No need to open your eyes to look. And simply relaxing there. Trying to keep your back straight as much as possible also. And dynamically holding the mudra, but not putting too much pressure on your fingers and your hands. It may feel a bit uncomfortable because we're not used to holding our hands like this, but it shouldn't hurt too much either. Noticing if there's any shift happening within yourself. I know I can start to feel clearer within myself. Lighter and fresher is how it feels for me. How do you feel? Simply just staying there in this moment and experiencing this mudra through every sense and on every level. This is the Shippana Mudra, helping to cleanse the whole system, the mind, the body, the spirit from all negativity, negative energy, negative thoughts, negativity in the body, and building up fresh, new, lighter, and lively energy within your whole system. Then when you're ready, you can relax your arms, your hands, your fingers. You can move them around, keeping your eyes shut, moving your arms, your wrists, your fingers, and then rubbing your hands together to create friction. And applying them to the middle of the chest, finishing our session with the love meditation. Just noticing the energy going from our hands to our hearts, nourishing our heart, nourishing us, nourishing our soul with this beautiful energy. And then if you want to visualize the light, this energy as light, coming from your hands, going into your heart, and going through your whole body, you can watch it radiate through and through. And then you can also watch that light radiate out of you and go into everyone that you love and care about. And then radiating out to the whole of humanity. And radiating to the earth and all of its inhabitants. And radiating out from you to everyone on the planet, every living being on the planet, to the earth, to the whole of the earth, its mountains, its oceans, its forests, to the universe, the whole universe, all of the planets and the stars. And then when you're ready, you can take a deep breath to finish. Bring your hands back down onto your lap or at your side if you're lying down. Giving your body a stretch. Yawning, stretching, moving gently. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay, I am going to have a look at the comments now. So there was 2 comments from Magali, one of them saying she felt a little knock on the plexus, if I'm not mistaken in the translation, and had tears. Oh, tears came to her eyes with the word forgiveness, and then she felt lighter. And with the mudra, she felt palpitations with the fingers and the hands, together with heat first and then coolness. Right? Lots of things happening there. Yes, palpitations, yes. Pulsating also, we can say. We can feel all sorts of things with the mudra. Mudras are magical in this way. There can be so many sensations, and the coolness and the heat, the transfer between one and another as well, can be a great proof of great evidence that lots of things are happening. So that's amazing. But please do, I really hope that you all managed to see this video. Please do get in touch if you have any questions. Do not hesitate to share your experience of the session. And if you have any doubt as to what happened or would like to understand things better, or if you also have any requests or things you would like to do, things we may not have done in a while, or things that you want to do again because you enjoyed and felt the benefits for it, please do let me know, because I can always shape the sessions with these elements in it. So otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. And you're welcome. Magali says, thank you, Stephanie. You're welcome. My pleasure. And thank you for being here. All of you people who watch these videos and who come to my sessions. It really is so important for me to really share my gratitude for your support. And so I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. Bye.